This year, the Academy Board of Governors has voted to award an honorary Oscar to the great Indian filmmaker Satyajit Ray. Unfortunately, Mr. Ray is not well and cannot be with us tonight, but he is able to speak with us from his hospital room in Calcutta.
Well, it's been an extraordinary experience for me to be here tonight to receive this magnificent award, certainly the best achievement of my movie-making career.
Bharat Ratna, the country's highest honor for Satyajit Ray, was announced only 4 days after the filming of Ray receiving the Oscar in Calcutta. In his childhood days, Ray recollected what he called watching a free bioscope, as on a hot summer day, the afternoon light seeped in through the shutters to throw on the opposite wall inverted images from the street below. People, bicycles, rickshaws and cars moving in different directions. Ray needn't surrender to the magic. He could play the magician himself by holding a piece of glazed glass before the small hole in the front door of his house. There lay behind it the basic principle of photography, as he would realize later. To conjure up in words and lines the house at 100 Gorpa Road in North Calcutta, now converted to a school bustling with children, where he was born on 2nd May 1921. It was his mother Shuprabha, a natural singer, who taught Ray whatever he had to learn, even as she brought him up all by herself. And Ray always acknowledged how close he was to his mother. Ray lost his father, Shukumar, to the deadly Kala Azar when he was barely 2.5. The family story had begun with Upendra Kishore, Shukumar's father, who was the patriarch over a large family of extremely talented children and relations. Upendra Kishore and Tagore were about the same age and close friends, sharing a lot of interests. Ray loved to recall that his grandfather would play the violin at the Tagore house for the Magh festival. But the passion that drove Upendra Kishore was the art of printing, which he perfected to a standard unmatched in his time in the country. Years later, Ray would get nostalgic. Every time I smell turpentine oil, an image of the block-making department of U. Ray and Sons rises before my eyes.
Certainly my grandfather made a great deal of contribution to the Ray. He was what would be called a Renaissance figure because of his various accomplishments. He was a writer, poet, painter, musician and everything, and even a technical expert. He was also a block maker of quite outstanding merit.
Upendra Kishore's creativity went far beyond his technological achievement, as it extended into a kind of Renaissance project, retelling traditional tales for children, illustrating a whole range of works and myths, creating new stories, and culminating in Shondesh, the children's periodical that he initiated in 1913, opening up infinite vistas for the younger generation. Upendra Kishore sent his eldest son, Shukumar, to England in 1911 to study printing technology. But with Tagore's arrival in London